Velo. How
Yeah.
does that happen? You knew the band that used to be called Strings. It's
Yes.
still called Strings now, but that's the Prince joke. And you,
Formerly no artist formerly known as
yeah,
Strings.
yeah, yeah. You knew you had a relationship with them.
Yeah.
Um, but Velo ke liye, were you aware that they would want you to be on the show? How did that idea happen?
So it was just Bilal on board. Bilal and I had worked previously. Bilal Maqsood and I had previously worked on Coke, but in a what's it called, in a managerial capacity through and
Sure.
through. So it wasn't like I was like, listen to my music, guys. But and then eventually, like over time, I think he, heard some of my songs, and then he got a sense of where I was at, and so he was kind enough to like approach me for Velo, and like he wrote an entire song for me to sing, and that not everyone gets Bilal Maqsood to
Yeah.
write and
Yeah.
have an
Yeah.
entire song for you. So like that felt really nice. And so I think that just based on that, before that I am actually on the Last Strings album, what is now the Last Strings album. So I am on a song called Hum Dono, and it's like I'm doing a duet slash backing vocal situation with Faisal Kapadia, which again, dreams coming true all around.
Yeah.
So I think that's where that kind of happened. And I was just doing dummy vocals
Okay.
for a bit because I was just hanging around the office. And I think that like then they eventually went with the dummy vocals, and I was like, this is great. Like, sure, my dummy vocals work. I'm totally okay with this life.
Yeah.
So I think that's where Bilal kind of like figured out that I, had something. But like even with Below, like I kept trying to be like, can I change the lyrics? Can I do this? Can I bring my musicianship into it? And so
Yeah.
like Bilal really served as like a great mentor during that period, because he was just like, look, just trust in my process. I have been doing this for a while. And he's like, it won't be cringe. We will make sure that you are like sorted and you are happy with everything. Cause I was like, no, I don't want to do this. I don't want to like, so I was also like kind of like going into myself, and he
Sure.
really like talked me out of that space, and really kind of gave me that push to really also like, for me, doing Velo and Baby Baby was my experimental phase, right?
Right.
Because I went from doing Munasib prog rock to like being like full like retro pop in that situation. So I was like, wow, this
Big
is so
suit.
different. Yeah, pink suit, man, I love
Yeah.
it. Like
It
the
was,
power shoulders,
yeah.
and yeah, power shoulders, you get shoulder pads, power suit.
Power suit.
हाँ
Yes.
ये मुझे
Yeah.
विस्तार सीखने
We
पड़ेंगे
got
चीजें.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, fashion blogs, hire me. I know what I'm talking about.
But I think
Um,
that song, I think, I mean, you're in an episode. Was your episode the one with Atif Aslam?
it was with Sir Atif
Yeah.
Sir and Umair Jaspal, which is like
Right.
decent company to be in, to say the
Yeah.
least.
And it's not like people didn't give a shit, because usually it'd be like, "हाँ हमने आतिफ का गाना सुन लिया." A lot of the comments I found like irritatingly at the time were like, "When is Atif's song coming out?" And it came out like perhaps an hour after yours. But
Man,
like
no
people what?
problem. I would have been the same.
Yeah.
So no hate to Adis. Love you, Adis. I am an Adi as well. Yeah, like I totally like, that's like fine. I approve of it.
No, no, sure. But what I was saying was people still listen to your song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Surprise! Like I was like very very happy that like it wasn't just कि oh initial boost mil gaya to isliye people heard it once. Like there's a playability to that song, and like kudos to
We
like
heard it a lot. Yeah.
Mehdi, who produced it, Esin Mehdi and Esin Pervez Mehdi and Bilal Maqsood for like making that happen. Because that playability situation just like brought it back, and also just the way that they guided me to like use my voice. Like again, it was nice to be in a space where a producer was kind of telling you how to like jump out of your comfort zone and things like that. But yeah, a lot of people, like it's got like almost 5 million views on YouTube. That's like big numbers, y'all. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if I'm ever gonna get there again, but
Do
like at
you,
least I have that.
I don't know if you know, but if you know and perhaps are at liberty to say, do you know if there's going to be more Velos?
No
Like,
idea.
acha. Okay.
Yeah.